I'm Tim Malloy, and this is Palm Beach TV.
The town's COVID cases soar. Will a curfew be imposed? Who gets to use the beach? It's a decades-old dispute, and it's coming to a head. A local architect with a grand vision gets high marks. A town employee gets a pat on the back for a job well done. And we all now have a chance to feed those in need. Stay tuned for this. We'll tell you how.
The numbers just keep growing. Palm Beach, once considered the rare refuge from the calamity of COVID-19, has seen 32 new cases just in the last week. That alarming jump in cases, 12.8%, is twice the positivity rate of Palm Beach County. The town of Palm Beach now has reported 282 cases and 12 deaths. What is clear is that the holiday season is fraught with danger if Palm Beachers and visitors don't mask up, avoid big gatherings, and respect each other's space.
It's frustrating because this entire pandemic is determined by our human behavior, and our behavior has not been good to allow the virus to spread this quickly. Unless we do something different, the numbers are just going to keep going up.
The town council spent many hours in the last week talking about what to do if COVID spirals out of control and changes have to be made to the island. Here's Wendy Rutledge.
Right, Tim, they sure did. After a lot of verbal hand-wringing over this issue, the town council did reluctantly decide to impose yet another curfew. But this curfew won't affect the nightlives of most on the island. Effective immediately, the town will impose a curfew from 1 a.m. to 5 a.m. Why enact a curfew for just 4 short hours in the very early morning? Well, not because council members believe it will really curb the spread of COVID-19, rather because they felt they needed to send a strong message.
There is a minority of people who won't be doing the right thing. A curfew is an awareness builder, and it resonates far more than our weekly or daily COVID reports that are on our website or go out to people by email. This is the kind of message, a strong message, that we need to send so that the people who are just arriving in our community understand that we have a serious situation here. It won't last for a long time, but while that situation is in effect and the numbers are reaching such great heights, we need to take, I think, and we need to be leaders. We need to take a positive action here.
One other poignant COVID-related moment from the December town council meeting. Acknowledging that there have been some super spreader gatherings at private clubs and in private homes, Danny Moore relayed a question from a resident about whether to report this type of event to the police.
Is there anything they should have done to help the town? I mean, should they have called it in so that someone for the police department could go and provide education to these 115 people who were practicing super spreading? I mean, what would you give as a suggestion to our residents who walk past a party, an unmasked party?
I think they should call the police department, let them respond, do an assessment. At a minimum, they're going to warn them and advise them that that's inappropriate.
The headline in last Sunday's Shiny Sheet was, "We need to catch a killer," and what followed was an editorial calling on the town to renew a curfew that ran from March through September. The newspaper praised the town for its actions when numbers started to rise in March and urges it to take action now. It happened. The curfew now 1 in the morning. Not acting has consequences, the paper said. For our part, Civic Association President Mary Robison offers this. We at the Civic Association don't gather. Our conference room is closed for any and all committee meetings, which is a policy set forth by the executive committee. Even when others are suggesting to meet with us in person, the answer is no. My colleagues, our team, does not attend any meetings or functions in person. Another policy set forth to protect the team. If we don't heed the advice of expert medical opinion, then we are not being responsible to protecting our residents in our town, which is our civic duty and our responsibility.
How concerned is the town about irresponsible large holiday gatherings? Well, a deadly serious council president, Maggie Zeidman, told Palm Beach TV, quote, "Everyone looks healthy, but that fascinating dinner guest you're seated next to may be the one who gives you the virus." She went on to say, in order to stop the increase in people getting coronavirus, we would have had to start the curfew at cocktail hour through dinner.
While COVID is obviously the dominant issue in our town right now, there is a contentious issue over who can use the beach. Here's Wendy Rutledge with that.
Tim, access to the beautiful beaches on this island is a very emotionally charged issue for many. But protecting one's oceanfront property is equally emotionally charged.
I'm literally on the front lines. I've had people coming up and down in front of my house on the sidewalk, lifting themselves up on the wall, staring at us in our backyard. This is our backyard.
People use our showers on private property. They're changing clothes in the street in front of the building. They're urinating right into our bushes.
We've had several people sitting on our chairs here, and when we ask them to leave, they give us a hard time, and they're not from Palm Beach. Because the residents here really respect the town and they respect the beaches. But I think it's the non-residents who, they don't have the respect level.
As you all know, there is a huge increase in apartments in the West Palm Beach, town of West Palm Beach, including at least 5 new hotels. And they are all coming to our beaches now.
These are just some of the public comments coming from the nearly 200 Palm Beach residents on a recent Zoom virtual meeting to address the contentious issue of public beach access. Coastal Program Manager Rob Weber attempts to clarify early on in the meeting which beach access points are public and which are private.
Between Wells Road and Sunset Avenue, which access points are private and which access points are public. Seminole Avenue, Everglade Avenue, and Atlantic Avenue are all private. Route Trail is private, but is pending additional review by legal counsel. Wells Road, Dunbar Road, and Sunset Avenue are all public.
A clarification that does not satisfy everyone.
You can't make things up because you'd like it to be public. It's not public, it's private.
Heated complaints from beachfront property owners led to the town council recently limiting access to the beach at Wells and Sunrise Avenues, closing it off between sunset and sunrise, or roughly 6 p.m. to 6 a.m. A decision council now wants to reverse.
I think that we did jump the gun on the rest of the neighborhood, as one of my colleagues said at the last meeting. And when we legislated to close the beach, just like the municipal beach, we were treating it just like the municipal beach, which it's not. And it's not guarded. It's not in a very, very public zone. There were many residents, I think, who were affected by that. And I think that Kirk, I actually had that as one of my lists, is maybe making those hours later.
A sign that council is listening to both sides on this issue.
I've been going to Root Trail Beach with my friend Ian Barrett, Shannon Donnelly's son, since we were children. And I just don't think it's very fair to restrict access to the beach.
Because the Root Trail beach access point is in legal limbo, council took no action there. However, beach lovers will be happy to know that hours of access at Wells, Sunset, and Dunbar have been extended from 5:30 a.m. to 9:30 p.m. If you have noticed a number of vacant or shuttered storefronts on the island, you're not alone.
We face the biggest crisis that our town's retail sector has ever faced. Today, on South County and Worth Avenue and its related vias, we have over 40 vacant stores. 40, plus an empty Neiman Marcus store that will never reopen as a department store.
Michael Ainsley, the new chair of the town's Planning and Zoning Commission, wants to do something about this retail crisis. He has requested and been granted permission for the commission to hire a retail consultant to study the situation and provide guidance going forward. Ainsley said he believes the majority of the projected $100,000 fee will come from privately donated funds. The town council was quick to approve his request.
Hanukkah begins this week and runs from December 10th through Thursday, December the 18th. The Palm Beach Synagogue lit the menorah at Poinciana Plaza to mark the beginning of Hanukkah. Festival of Lights is observed with lighting of candles of a candelabrum with 9 branches. COVID-19 has altered the way celebrations will be conducted. The Jewish Federation of Palm Beach County will also host a Zoom Hanukkah celebration, 4:30 p.m. on December 13th. We are in this odd place of a season where there is generous giving and an incredible need for people to be given help. So we want to tell you about nourishing our neighbors in need. At 28,000 square feet, the food bank's new warehouse in Lake Worth is big enough to park a 747. It's welcome and it's needed.
Yeah, so what you'll see is where we're standing right now will be a cooler, or refrigerated warehouse space. Over there is a freezer for frozen food, and then behind us is dry storage.
In Palm Beach County, 1 out of 5 children go to bed hungry every night. Last spring, as the COVID crisis deepened, the Palm Beach Civic Association brought together local farmers and the Palm Beach County Food Bank. They stepped up, 58 members, raised more than $200,000 to fund the critical needs initiative we called Save Our Produce, to the benefit of many.
Farmers win, the growers win, the people who work for them stay employed, and the desperate need in our community that is still there through COVID will be met through this initiative.
So now, 9 months later, we urgently need to do it again. In this smaller Lantana warehouse, pallets of food represent a lifeline. Before the pandemic, there were 200,000 people who were food insecure in Palm Beach County, 60,000 of them children. That number has doubled.
The demand has never been greater in Palm Beach County. When you take a look at the needs, the critical needs to helping others, now is the time that we must help one another and those in the greatest need.
Federal funding through the CARES Act and USDA Farmers to Family will end on December 31st. Therefore, there's an urgent need to step in again and assist our neighbors. Civic is there and asking you to help.
On behalf of our co-chairs, Michael Pusillo, Michael Peacock, and the Critical Needs Initiative Committee, their mission is to serve, to help others. So we at the Civic Association, it is our responsibility to help others in the greatest need.
100% of your giving will go directly to individuals and families in our area in great need. For more information, you can contact our office at 561-725-4002, or you can go to palmbeachcivic.org for information on how you can help out.
Every year, the town of Palm Beach, along with the Palm Beach Civic Association, the Citizens Association, and the Chamber of Commerce all come together to honor one very special town employee. This year's Employee of the Year award was given to Nina Toscano, also known as
Little Miss Sunshine.
Toscano has worked for the town for the past 15 years. Together with the Citizens Association, the Palm Beach Civic Association, and the Chamber of Commerce, they have provided Toscano with a $3,500 check to acknowledge her years of service to the town. And another nod to excellence, this time for architectural design. The Morton and Barbara Mandel Recreation Center has been awarded the Addison Meisner Award Design Competition for Excellence in Classical and Traditional Architecture in the Civic Institutional category. Lead architect Nilo Frigemel and the Bora firm are the award recipients and will be recognized at a ceremony in March. Some of you will recall that the road to creation and approval of this award-winning building was not easy, with multiple plan revisions required by ARCOM, and even a lawsuit that stalled the project. But Frigemel's reaction to winning the prestigious award says it all. Quote, "I could not be more pleased with the project and the entire team that helped make it possible."
We've all had an incredibly difficult and harrowing 2020, so now some holiday thoughts from our Chairman and CEO, Bob Wright.
In a season like no other, what we realize most is that we must do our best to stay connected and to be grateful to all of you. On behalf of our 140 directors, we wish you and your family a merry and bright holiday and a healthy new year. We will get through this pandemic together. We at the Palm Beach Civic Association are here for you. Happy holidays.
I'm Tim Malloy with Palm Beach TV and Palm Beach Civic Association, where membership matters. If you are a member, we'd love for you to renew with us. If you're not a member, we'd love to have you as a member. We try to provide you helpful information every week. Nothing more helpful than this, and cannot make a more passionate appeal for people in our town to start wearing their masks. We are in the critical mass part of this COVID epidemic right now. It's not a law. It's a matter of respect and decency and doing your job for others. So we hope you will wear a mask. We wish you the best, and we'll talk to you soon.